welcome back. I am gonna just do, this is gonna be a real short, fire up your core kind of video, which is gonna involve a little bit of arm strength and building that up. At the end, I'm kind of aiming only to have it under 20 minutes, okay? So at the end, we'll do, some shoulder releases. It's not, the purpose of this video is not a stretchy video, it's more mixed up. You might experience some quadricep cramping from engaging the bandhas. And just know also, I don't have any socks with me right now. I didn't bring them in, but if you're at home and you're on a wood floor or you're on a tile floor, it's not going to work so much on carpet. Have a smooth surface, and you can take your mat away on lifting yourself up and trying to, and bringing your hips up behind you. Works really good just to have socks on or slippers, whatever, that don't have any traction on the bottom, and then you're going to be able to feel that connection in the bandhas, and that's really what's going to get your hips up and behind you, and then you'll be like, oh my god, yay. Much harder to do it on the sticky mat. So to start, come down onto your forearms, and instead of having your knees apart and your hips apart, you're going to squeeze. So right now, push out of your elbows. So hopefully you can see that activation right there, okay? And then you're going to squeeze your inner thighs and your knees together. Your feet are going to be together, okay? And keep pushing, and you're going to hold this. Keep squeezing the pelvic floor up. So think about rectum, sex organs, navel, pelvic floor, all squeezing and drawing up into the spine while you breathe and while you squeeze. Okay, and then release. And do that again. Squeeze, push, 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 push. And release. Squeeze again, push. Maybe lift up the knees. Back down, lift the knees. So you're squeezing the inner thighs and the knees, pushing out of the elbows. Back down, squeeze, lift up. Back down, back down. Sit back into child's pose to stretch it out a little bit. Then you're going to come forward again. Okay, so curl your toes under, squeeze your knees together. You should feel activation right away in the lower belly. Squeeze the pelvic floor, so squeeze everything. Lift up, back up into dolphin, and back down to hover. Back up, back down. Don't let your knees come down. You're pushing out of your elbows the whole time and squeezing the core. So this is perfect if you're doing some regular stretchy things and you just want to add this, because it's not an hour long, it's 20 minutes, about that. But just to build up the strength in your upper body, remember you need 50% flexibility, 50% strength to be able to work on core. Okay, when you first lift up your elbows now, when you're first starting to build up the strength in your hands and the strength in your arms, you might feel like that what we just did was way too much. So do what you can, and if you need to take a break, take a break. If you need to shake your wrists out, things like that, do that. Be intuitive with your own practice. Okay, so you're gonna keep your knees squeezed. Okay, squeeze the inner thighs together. Right there, you should feel immediate activation. If you don't, then you're not squeezing. Okay, now you're gonna bring your forearms down while you're squeezing everything. Lift back up. Inhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Don't release the belly while you're exhaling. Okay, then you're gonna be in this little box shaped tabletop and you're gonna lift the knees up, okay? So they're just hovering. And then back to dolphin. Just to stretch the shoulders out. You might be like this, that's okay. Still a really good stretch through the spine. And then you come back down. All right, so you might feel, hopefully you feel warm already. I do. All right, so from here, make yourself into a table, and then you're going to extend your right leg out to the side. Lift that up, bring it forward, back to straight. So see, you're just little micro movements. Keep squeezing. Okay, back down. So, in this way, you're getting some hip work as well. Okay, but your core is what is holding your leg up. Back down. Lift up. Okay, so see what I just did here? My toes are together. My knees are squeezing like we were talking about. Okay, it's a completely different activation. If you're a person that feels like you get frustrated because you can't get your heels back down in down dog yet, then do this, because this will actually stretch out the muscles that you need to get your heels down. Okay, so watch. See, I'm lifting my knees up, bringing my torso towards it. If you're gonna be, if this is where you can be, and you feel like you're keeping your legs straight, but I'm getting a really, really good stretch in between my shoulder blades and my spine. Stay right here. Every time you do down dog, stay right here until you feel like you can lower your heels all the way down. Okay, now you're gonna walk your feet back into plank. Okay, so you're not up and down dog. Lower your hips, but don't sway your back, okay? That's not plank. Spread your fingers. Keep your legs together, keep squeezing. Then lift the right leg up, down, 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 and switch. And take a little child's pose. Okay, so here's the fun part. So this is where I was talking about with socks on. And if you have socks on, take your sticky mat away. All right, so you're in Dandasana. So this is to work on L-sits. Have your toes pointed and your legs firmed up, core engaged, hands right beside you. Now you can't have your hands back here, that's a different posture. You need your shoulders to be going forward. Okay, so watch my hips, spread your fingers wide, lean forward, and then you're gonna engage the core right there. Okay, and then lift up, push the ground away, back, hold. Back down. Okay, so if you don't have to hold as long, okay, so you're gonna lean forward, toes are pointed, lean forward, push, back. Okay, that is going to get you into an L-sit because once you get the hang of that, even if you're practicing, well, practice is how you get good at everything, right? So even if you think about a golfer, they spend hours and hours and hours practicing every day. No one's born magically with perfect skills. Okay, so that's how you're going to get into an L-sit. So what you would do is you come back up and then lift and then come back down. So similarly, you guys have done this in class before, practicing with me. No, not everyone has, but some people have. So you're going to point your toes, legs spread wide. You're going to take your left hand down to the center of the mat, right hand out to the side. You're going to lean forward and lift your butt up, okay? All right, so same thing as what we were just doing. And you're going to hold, back down. So you want to get your hips up, lift up. Now try the other side. This is a really good way to see what side of the body is stronger. And then you're going to keep building. If, say, the left side's weaker or the right side's weaker, then that tells you that you need to spend a lot more time not favoring that side, making the other side that's stronger be dominant. You want to make the weaker side be a little more dominant. So that's kind of how you approach that. Take your right hand in between, left hand out to the side now. Point the toes, lean forward, and lift up. So your toes are down at first, okay? But you want your butt up. So you got to push the ground away, activate the core. Back down. So you would do that as many times as you can. I think those ones are fun. Okay, so same thing now. If you bring your toes together, widen your knees, and lean forward, fingers are spread wide, lean forward into your elbows. So this is how you're going to use the bandhas to lift up into Crow or Bakasana. But see how my knees are out, my toes are in, maybe you can't. But then lift one leg up, okay? And push the ground away, lower down, lift the left leg up. Keep the knees bent and into the armpits, okay? Lean, lift. This is going to develop the strength that you need to do arm balances. So we've got to breathe. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale down. Bend your knees. Sit back into goddess. Remember, your toes have to be pointed out to the edges of the mat. And release out of that. Maybe take a down dog again. So remember, bend your knees. Push the ground away from you. Just lift up if you want, open up that hip a bit. Okay, now, come down. We're gonna just release the shoulders. Okay, so you're gonna take your right hand out to the side. And your left hand is gonna be right beside your left chest, okay? With the fingers spread wide, elbow is bent up. And then you're gonna lean into the straightened out arm and bring that left leg, bend that knee and bring it down behind you. And then come out of that. Okay, left hand straight out to the side, right hand beside you, elbow up, and lean in to the left arm, bring the right leg back behind you. And then come out of that. Okay, keep the knees up. They can be a little bit wide. Puppy pose. Just bring your forehead down. And then come back up. Okay, so short and sweet. Hopefully you're feeling warm. You have some heat. And you can, like I said, you can add that to things that you are working at. I know it's when you're trying to get into an LSAT and you're learning about how to lift the body with the bandhas, because honestly they do all the work. Your hands are really only props in your legs. So it's not really a tutorial, but kind of a workshop on some practices that you can do on your own for fun. Don't get mad. I know there's a few of you that get really frustrated trying to lean forward, trying to lift up into splits, things like that. It's a practice, it's a journey, and it's not the destination, because it would be, once you got to the destination, you already have 10 more things that you want to work on. So have fun with it, lighten up on yourselves, and if you know, you're just gonna build the upper body strength and make everything all one. And yeah, hope you had fun. All right, I'll see you guys